We departed Wayland Priory in silence. The bodies still lay where they had fallen, monks and assassins alike. I remember the look on Martin's face, shaken yet stoic, staring down at the dead with something between horror and resignation. He'd survived Kvatch, only to walk into another slaughter, and now the amulet, the one thing that might light the dragon fires and bar the gates of oblivion, gone. Joffrey said nothing of blame, but I could feel it pressing on all of us. The enemy knew where to strike and when we were exposed. The Priory was no longer safe. Nowhere was. There was no question. We had to keep moving. I had dosed us with what few potions I'd had left. The road was long, and sleep was a luxury we could not afford. The Orange Road wound its way through thinning forest, the trees bare and brittle in the cold. Snow began to fall as we climbed, and my joints ached. We passed an old bridge, walking carefully as it swayed under our weight, crossing one at a time. I tried to keep the pace strong, even as the wind began to bite. I watched every shadow, listened to every rustle. She was out there. Her presence never fully faded, like a web we kept brushing against, never quite seeing the spider. Near Bruma, we saw light, the flicker of a torch ahead. At first I feared ambush, a watcher, a scout, but it was only a hunter on the trail. Still, I kept the horses back, scouting ahead. It paid to be careful. The enemy had eyes, many of them. And then, at last we saw it, Sky Ruler Temple, protruding proudly from the mountain, the blades waiting for us. They bowed to him, called him Your Highness, welcomed him as Emperor. I could see the disbelief in his eyes, the weight of it all settling on his shoulders. And yet, when the moment came, he spoke, quietly, honestly. No declarations, no grand promises, just gratitude and hope. Somehow that was enough. The blades raised their swords in salute, hailing him as Emperor. He looked at me afterward, bewildered, maybe even afraid. He thanked me and said he'd tried to be what they needed, what we needed. I reminded him of the amulet. Joffrey was in agreement. The amulet had to be found. The enemy wouldn't stop. He asked me to return to the Imperial City, to find another of the blades, Boris, and seek what knowledge he might have of this cult of assassins. I said yes. Joffrey named me Knight Brother of the Blades. I didn't know how to feel about that. Yet I had risked my life more than once. Perhaps a little recognition was in order. But later that night, before the cold and sleep claimed my body, I sought out the power of the stone. The sigil plucked from oblivion. There was power in it. Power that I could transfer. With the long sword of the blades in my hand, I imbued it with the slither of that power, the ability to rend one's soul and imprison it within stone. A dangerous power, no doubt, but one that I would have need of. The enemy is many, and I am few. With the coming dawn, I will seek out Bruma. Thereafter, the Imperial City once again. It feels as though I've slept longer than I should have. All the other guards have gone on duty. A prank, perhaps. Who moved you then? Right, well, we need to be going all the same. Don't worry, I'll secure you well enough. There. Right. I suppose I could say farewell. But no, they have better things to do. And so do we. Let us see where the sun lays. Gods, that's bright. A little hard to tell, really. Joffrey is out. Just past midday, judging by that.
Yes?
Farewell for now. I'm going to start on my way. No need for anything more than that. I'm not one for fond farewells. I barely know the man. Yes, we have shed blood together, but it doesn't make us buddy-buddy. That tower definitely does call to me. Perhaps the residents of Bruma might know more. Yes. A fine idea, if I don't say so myself. Well, I do. And so it is. They are rather imposing peaks. Harsher than the mountains I crossed. Beyond them, that's Skyrim. A frozen land of Nords and mead, I suppose. I've never been so fond of mead. Upsets the stomach. There. That's the entrance. I see no guards on the parapets. Yet, there is no smoke, there is no ruin. The city seems safe. I suppose we'll see for ourselves, eh? In we go. My. What interesting architecture. Very northern. I suppose it is close enough to the border that the Nords would have influence here. And that's the castle proper. I don't think we'll be getting entry there. No. We can try elsewhere. No shoes in a climate like this. Hard done by. There are a few stores. You there, sir?
I'm only asking for enough to feed my kids.
Kids, look, here. I can manage this. Take it, if you would.
Oh, thank you, kind sir.
It's the least I can do.
Blessings of Arche upon ye.
And you. There's an armorer. Now that takes my fancy. A mage's guild. I have wanted nothing more to step in one of their halls since I arrived in Cyrodiil. Yet, well, I smelt rather awful when I first arrived, and I suppose I don't smell much better now, but I have knowledge, I have power. They might have answers. Yes. Right. You are capable. You are a magus. You belong here.
How are you?
What?
Not bad. They say syndicates of wizards have led a boycott of Imperial goods.
in the land of the Altmer.
Altmer?
The Altmer have powerful wizards. It could be a dangerous situation.
Good day.
You too.
Hello. My name is Corven Morchant. This is the Mages Guild, yes?
Hello there. Are you here to join the Mages Guild?
That I am. I would like to apply.
The guild is always accepting new members. You seem capable enough.
Oh.
Are you sure you want to join?
Oh, why wouldn't I be? Yes, of course. Of course I would like to join the guild.
Very good. You are now an associate of the Mages Guild. What a wonderful opportunity for you. Now, please keep in mind that you'll need recommendations from every local guild hall in Cyrodiil before you may enter the Arcane University. I dare say my opinion might carry more weight than others, if you take my meaning.
Oh.
Still, all are necessary to proceed. Good luck to you.
So, how would I get your favor then? Your recommendation, that is.
A recommendation? From me? Well, of course. Raminus would naturally want my opinion, wouldn't he?
Raminus.
This is a situation we can both benefit from, associate. You do me a small favor, and I'll happily send along a glowing recommendation. If you can find Jascar, I'll write the recommendation immediately.
Find Jascar? An associate of yours, I'm assuming?
He's disappeared. I mean, he's really disappeared. No one here has seen him in days. Volinaro thinks maybe a spell backfired. If someone from the council were to stop by and find him gone, it'd look bad for me. I can't have that. Talk to the mages here and see what you can find out. If you can make Jascar reappear, you'll have your recommendation.
Right. Fine, Jascar. I'm sure I can manage that. I did want to ask, though, about the Mages Guild, that is.
Guild members who have access to the university can craft their own spells, not to mention chat with the most important people in the guild.
Right. I see. That is quite the benefit. The university, what can you tell me about it?
Why, all the important people in the guild are there. Archmage Traven lives there, in the tower. It's a fabulous place. You really should see it someday. I've been there many times myself. The Imperial City just wouldn't be the same without it. Maybe someday, if you know the right people, you might get a chance to see it.
Maybe. Maybe. And Bruma, what can you tell me of the city?
You know what it's like. Make lots of friends and look busy. Same as anywhere.
Right. I'm sure it is. Lastly, is there anything unusual occurring? I'm trying to put my feelers out.
Not only has necromancy been banned from practice in the Mages Guild, but the guild won't deal with anyone who openly uses it.
Oh. I suppose that's good to be aware of then. Right. Necromancy. No. Of course, thank you.
Please come find me as soon as you've located Jascar.
I will, certainly. Right. I'll be on that. Excuse me.
Volinaro, at your service. Need a spell? Need an item recharged? Need a witty practical joke played on someone? I can handle it all.
Volinaro. Right, I might have use for your services. But first I had a question or two. I'm seeking Jascar.
Oh, Jean has you looking for him, does she?
Yes.
I'm afraid you're not going to find him easily. I think, a spell backfired. That's probably it.
A spell? You don't sound certain of that. I'll keep that in mind.
Bye.
Bye. Peculiar. A moment of your time, if you wouldn't mind. No? Yes? Maybe? If I've unsettled you or done something wrong, I apologize. I have been known to occasionally blunder socially. Right, I'm going to leave you and walk out of here now. If you
Hi!
wouldn't mind, I'll be on my way. They're strange here. She didn't respond at all, just stood around, glass-eyed. He's certainly hiding something. That much is obvious. But there must be others here. I'll see what I can find. And then, well, there's always Mother's guidance. Let's see. How peculiar. I'll keep that in mind. I don't suppose you locked? No. Private quarters. Not what we need. At least not yet. There is certainly something strange about that Altmer. Check below first. Be certain that way. Oh. Excuse...
Go away. You'll ruin everything.
I don't suppose you're Jascar? No? Interesting. A chameleon effect. Right. Well, I suppose that's that. I didn't see anything at all. Not a thing. I'm just getting my bearings. Thank you, helpful spirit. What a bizarre group of people. Oh, their dining hall is nice at least. Now what are you up to? Searching through the rooms? Lots of supplies. I wonder if anyone else will be willing to help. Unlikely. Right. Time to get to the bottom of this. You there. We need a word.
It's you. Hi.
Gosh. Look, I know something's up.
A pleasure to speak with you.
So you say. You know more than you're letting on. Jascar? Care to spill?
You want to find Jascar? All right, I think I can help with that. But you have to agree to do something for me first. And whatever you do, you can't tell Jean about it. All right?
Fine. What is it?
That's the spirit. You help me pull off a little prank, and I'll help you find Jascar.
A prank? Really? Fine. What is this prank?
Really? You're going to love this. I'll teach you a spell to unlock things. What you need to do is get into Jean's desk and bring me her manual of spellcraft, okay? Her room is upstairs. Make sure no one sees you. You do that for me, and I'll make sure you can find Jascar.
Right. I'll be back then.
Let me know when you're done with that little task.
Of course. If only it was that simple. We'll play along for now. No doubt this is some form of initiation. Some kind of hazing ritual. Well, let's see. In her desk. Right. That spell. The movements were simple enough. Let's see. There. Huh. Now to reach over. There. Now to get that back to Volinaro. Easily done. Look, I don't want to play these games either.
Greetings, Breton.
Yes?
They say that when you murder someone, the Dark Brotherhood comes to you in your sleep. It's how they recruit new members.
What a strange thing to say.
It can't be.
Without question.
I was at Olaf's earlier, and I ran into this Dunmer named Raynil Draelis. After a round or two, he told me he was an honest-to-goodness vampire hunter.
Hunter?
See you.
Farewell.
What a strange fellow. We need to talk.
How are you?
Yes, about that.
Have you pulled that little prank yet?
Yes, I have. I have it here.
You've got Jean's book, I see.
Yes,
All
don't-
right then. I'll just take that from you. Meet me in the living quarters just after 10 p.m.
After... She must be hard of hearing. 10 p.m. Well, that does give me time to ponder existence. Perhaps to study. To work on potions. Draelis, the Dunmer. Excuse me, a moment.
Any luck finding Jascar?
Not yet, it would seem. Incredulous as that might be. I heard you mention a Draelis, a hunter.
Yes, the vampire hunter. As far as I know, he just showed up recently here in Bruma. Not only that, but he already found a vampire among us.
Oh.
Apparently, Braden Lyrian was one of those vile creatures and Raynil slew him. Kind of strange, though. I never figured Braden to be a vampire. He seemed to be such a likable fellow.
Yes, strange indeed. Thank you.
Please come find me as soon as you've located Jascar.
I will. I will. The day's still young, and the weather is cleared. Don't worry, I won't spend it waiting inside
Well
for a
met.
prank of all
now?
things.
What's going on with you?
I ran across a couple of mud crabs not long ago. Annoying creatures.
Horrid beasts. I hate them.
Heaven.
Go away, fool.
Never mind then.
What interesting interactions. Well armored. Fighters Guild, perhaps. Mercenaries. Not to my liking. But word of a hunter. I just want to be cautious. I stand out. It's best to know an enemy, or a potential one at that, before they know you. Tap and tack. Right. Sockets out for a Dunmer. Excuse me.
We're looking for recruits. Think you're tough enough to join the Fighters Guild?
The Fighters Guild? It's... no. You can't see these arms beneath the robe, but... well, they're not built for swinging warhammers, I'll say that much. I don't suppose you know of a Draelis.
Yes, the vampire hunter. As far as I know, he just showed up recently here in Bruma. Not only that, but he already found a vampire among us. Apparently, Brayden Lyrian was one of those vile creatures, and Raynil slew him. Kind of strange, though. I never figured Brayden to be a vampire. He seemed to be such a likable fellow.
I've heard nearly the exact same thing from another. That is strange. Enjoy your cheese.
Training, beds, and good hard work. Can't beat it.
I'm sure you can't. Are you the proprietor? I don't suppose you've noticed anything unusual?
Hafid Hollowleg says that Gerald View has been doing good business.
Oh, right, not what I was getting at.
Good journey to you.
And to you. Well, perhaps he's not in. Then again, perhaps there's another way to find out more. Yes. Mother, I need your help. There may be an enemy here. Guide me. Show me the way. Right. On it. A home. Well, I'll see if it's locked. Just be patient. There. Okay. Oh.
You're going to have to leave. This is a crime scene, and no one other than ourselves or Reynold Drayless will be allowed access.
Drayless. There's that name again. What do you know of the man?
The culprit in this crime has already been dealt with. It's just a matter of wrapping up the details. I'd tell you more, but frankly, I don't know who you are, so I'm not sure that I can trust you with that sort of information.
Of course not. Of course, I'm a representative of the Mages Guild. I was just wanting to be certain that, well, our city here is safe and all that. I won't trouble you any longer.
Good day.
Good day. Right. Well, I suppose they won't be here forever. And I don't think that was Drayless back there. Which means the hunter is elsewhere. Perhaps chapel. If nothing else, it is a place for us to find some kind of peace. We'll need to be here until nightfall, at least, to assist with the guild in their pranks. To think, I sought knowledge, and I'm just an errand boy, helping perform pranks. I wonder just how many of them have seen the fires of Oblivion for themselves. The shrines to the divines. Kinrith. We found Kinrith's shrine out there in the wilds. Perhaps a moment of reflection. Prayer. I feel lighter. There were two others that we'd found. Julianus? Yes. And Diabella? Yes. Right. May we experience your light. Another blessing. To think I, a child of, well, something seemingly far from the divines, could be blessed by them. Maybe not all hope is lost for me yet. Diabella, may I experience your love once again, if for but a little while. I gladly accept. I feel so much lighter. I feel well. For the first time in quite some time. You know, we can stay here for a moment, you and I. To think, to reflect, and maybe to pray. I sat there, still as stone, for what felt like the better part of an hour. It was nice to take a moment. There had been so much movement. But a few days prior, I'd been rotting under the Imperial City, longing for movement. Yet my legs had carried me from there to Kvatch, to Oblivion, to the temple upon high, and now here, a great stone chapel in Bruma. Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined my time here to be anything like this. When I left home, I was running from persecution, running from my power. Yet that power, I think, is not something to run from. My father was wrong. There are lives, perhaps, that continue, souls in Kvatch that might have been snuffed out had I not walked through that gate and slammed it shut. Could a mere man have achieved the same thing? I think not. The guardsmen of Kvatch, while brave, failed at the task. Yet, with the power bestowed to me by my mother, by the magicka that runs in my veins, I made it possible. So, no more running from this power, Mother. I have let you guide me, and I'm still here. I'm still breathing, and I plan to continue doing just that. Yet, while sitting was nice, I was not one to while the day away, lost in thought. I had gold to spend, items to sell, power to gain. There's another tavern. Perhaps a better chance that the hunter's staying there. It's close to where the murder occurred. Could be worth popping our head and nosing around. Then, Nova Roma, Nord winds. Well, I should be able to sell a thing or two there. Perhaps pick up something better. There are spells that I would like to learn from the guild. Yet, that will require more gold. Some of those artifacts from Oblivion. The Mason Moor. Yes. A little dark and dusty. Hello there. I was hoping to be able to browse some of your wares.
Skjorda, Nordwinds. We've got clothes and armor, and I've got a headache. So keep your voice down, please.
Of course. I'd just like to have a look and perhaps trade a thing or two. Clothing. Just clothing. Well, I have rings and shirts, if you're purchasing. And one pair of slightly magical pants. Right, I believe that's all.
Goodbye.
And to you? Armor. I don't suppose you're, caring for that.
I'm Ulfund, the light armor trainer. Skjorda and I run North Winds. Please excuse us. We had a little drink-up last night. Still a little muzzy.
Oh, so you say. I was hoping to be able to browse your wares as well.
Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Perhaps, yes. I won't be purchasing anything. However, I have a number of nuggets and jewels that may be of interest to you. Well, I do believe that's about everything.
Come back and see me again.
I'll be sure to do that. Thank you, once again.
Be seeing you.
Yes, and I hope that your hangovers lessen. Be well. Right, more gold for us. The tower again. No one seems to talk of it, not even the guild. Strange. Nova Roma. They could have reagents. Oh, hello. I was hoping to be able to browse some of your wares.
I'm Surotan, proud owner of Nova Roma, a little piece of Heartland Empire here in the lofty Gerals.
Right. I hope you don't mind me having a little look around.
May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
Perhaps. I wouldn't mind picking up some fresh produce. Well, that's all your produce purchased. Now, I do have a number of potions that I wouldn't mind doing away with. Quite the profit. There, I believe that's all.
Thank you for your business.
No, thank you. I appreciate the gold.
Bye.
Yes, and I hope business continues to treat you well. Good day. Well, I do believe that should be enough to learn a spell or two from the guild. Might be worth learning now, so that there's time to practice. But before we make our way there, perhaps it would be worth just having a look. Yes, certainly a tavern or an inn. So let's head in. Well, it's far nicer than Olaf's. I wonder if they might have more information. Good day.
Welcome to Bruma, stranger. Hafid Hollowleg. I'm your host at Gerald View. Bed, food, whatever you need.
Hafid. My name is Corven. Pleasure to meet you. Say, I wouldn't suppose you've heard anything unusual in the recent days?
Hey, you're the one they call the hero of Kvatch, aren't you? The one that closed the Oblivion Gate and saved the city?
I suppose I am. You know of that. You know of me. Well, this is, unexpected, to say the least. Hero of Kvatch, you say? Right. Well, perhaps I will stay here, but, later. Thank you.
Goodbye.
And to you, Hero of Kvatch. Well, dark hair, purple eyes, blue robe. I suppose I am noticeable. Perhaps it's the name. I don't know what to make of that. Oh. Hello there.
I'm Snar, the cook. We got genuine Skyrim cuisine. Fresh, simple, big helpings, just like Mom used to make.
Oh, right. Perhaps I'll try those later. I don't suppose you've heard any strange going-ons?
The Fighters Guild is recruiting again. Not a bad way to make some money, if you've got the stones for it.
Not me. Perhaps yourself. You look like you have plenty of stones.
Good day.
Yes. Good day. Plenty of stones. Who says that? The hero of Kavach, apparently. I suppose we haven't been on the far side of town. Though, I can't imagine there to be many shops. Or much of anything else. Still, we have the time, so let's spend it. Still no sign of the Draelus. Just Holmes. Very well. Back to the guild then, I think. It's nearing the afternoon. Perhaps some reading and study would do us well. Yes. Now, to seek out spells. Just the person I wanted to see. Where are you off to? Down below? Interesting. Where did you go? Hello again?
Go away. You'll ruin everything.
As you've said. Fine. Do you mind? I'm hoping to do some business.
A pleasure to speak with you.
Yes. Look, I will be back. I will be here at the time you requested. However, I was hoping you might be able to teach me something. More than just pranks. More spells, perhaps. I was hoping to be able to look at your book.
Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Well, I hope so. Remote manipulation. So, telekinesis. I could see that coming in handy. I'd like to learn it, if you'd be willing to teach. And Frost Touch. A more damaging spell than what I know. I'd like to learn.
Thank you for your business.
Yes, I believe that's all of that, but I wouldn't mind asking you some more questions. First of all, about our leader here?
She won't figure this out for weeks. It's times like this I enjoy what I do.
I'm sure you do. And the prank. Why exactly?
It was a good idea, wasn't it? I wonder how long she'll spend trying to figure out where she put it down.
Yes, I'm sure. I still don't quite understand your full plan here, but perhaps I will in time. Genius works in strange ways. Very well. I'll study those spells as best I can. I am here to learn, after all.
Farewell.
And to you. And to no one else in particular. I suppose I should give them space. Well. It's quiet here, at least. And there is space to make more potions. With the rest of that fresh food, I might be able to make a thing or two. Yes, a better way to spend the day than in just prayer and thought. And those spells. You know what? Yes, let's see. Telekinesis. It should be easy enough. Focus. And cast. It works. I can manipulate it with my mind. Very, very useful. Right then, I'll be taking you. And the rest of you. There are potions that I'll be able to make. Yes. More that I might be able to sell. Right. Time to get grinding. Now, to get creative. And it seems that I can combine multiple effects. Those Daedra hearts can help restore. Flax seeds and blue caps allow me to restore magicka, a light potion. Interesting. I'd lost myself in work. 10 chimes. It's time. Right. Hello. Sorry, I didn't hear you come in. I apologize for earlier if I disturbed you in any way. I'll leave you to your reading then. Good evening. Gentlemen?
Ready to find Jascar?
Yes, I suppose I am. I wonder wherever he might be.
Just watch. You'll see.
I'm sure. I'm so surprised. My gosh.
Hello there. I hear you've been looking for me. Please, don't be mad. We were just having some fun. We just get tired of Jinn lording her position over us when she barely knows anything about magic. Every now and then, we like to trick her. We figured it was time to move on to a new prank. This one was getting boring anyway. So, you can tell her you found me.
Right. Yes, it was incredibly difficult to do so. You are very proficient in magic and in the ways of stealth and subterfuge. Without the aid of my friend here, I fear I never may have found you. Just why, though?
Well, it was fun while it lasted. I'll have to start thinking up something new to try.
I'm sure. You don't seem to care much for the Guildmaster.
Finding ways to confuse her just never gets old for me. It's good practice of our skills, too. But it's mostly just funny.
Yes, right. Well, good night, I suppose.
You too.
Yes, and well done. I never would have found him without you. So, thank you, I suppose. Right, I'll...
Good to see you.
Yes, and you? Why are you like this? To think I thought I was weird. Are all mages like this? Well, I suppose it would be rude to interrupt her sleep, but I'm not one for wasting time, and I feel like enough of it has been wasted. No doubt she's in her room. There's no one watching the main floor. No one to see things going missing. I'm not suggesting I steal from the guild. I've only just joined. But, well, let's table that for now. Right. Excuse me? She's sleeping. She did tell me to tell her. Right. Guildmaster? Sorry to disturb you. I've...
Any luck finding Jascar?
Yes, I've managed to find him downstairs. He was unseen.
Found him, did you? Well, I suppose that's good. You'll have to forgive me. I seem to have misplaced something. Yes, well, let's never mind that. You've fulfilled your end of the bargain, though, so I'll fulfill mine. Ramanus will have my recommendation. And don't you forget about me once you've finished your training. I'm sure we can help each other out.
I'm certain of that. Well, I will leave you to your sleep and to your colleagues. They certainly are a interesting bunch.
Be seeing you.
Yes. What was she looking at? Strange. Very, very strange. Well, I was planning on sleeping here. But perhaps not. I don't know how safe it will be. Sure, the guild will protect us, but there's a vampire hunter in town who may be hunting more than just vampires. Even folk who aren't. It still seems suspicious, all of it. Perhaps, just to put my mind at ease, let's visit the scene once more. Don't you worry, I'll find us somewhere to stay. That other tavern did seem rather nice. No doubt it will be quieter than the Guildhall, with their pranks. I don't know why I expected so much more from them. Strange folk indeed. Right. I can't suppose the investigators will still be here. So, perhaps just a nosy around. Oh, still here. Hello again. I'm back from the Mages Guild. Their representative. We talked earlier today.
You're going to have to leave. This is a crime scene.
Yes.
And no one other than ourselves or Reynald Draelus will be allowed access.
So you said. I do have some questions from the guild about this Draelus, though. If you wouldn't mind, answering a question or two.
I suppose there's no harm in telling you what happened. Word is bound to get around Bruma anyway. Turns out that Braden Lyrian is a vampire. Or was. If it wasn't for Reynald Draelus, we may have never uncovered the truth. Let me explain. In the last week or so, we found 2 bodies stashed in shallow graves outside the city walls.
Gosh.
The bodies had puncture wounds on their necks. The bodies were those of some beggars who used to wander the streets looking for handouts. Vampire probably thought no one would miss them. Luckily for us, Reynald arrived in town. He said he was a vampire hunter, so we asked for his help. He tracked the vampire to this house. When he entered the place around noon, Braden was sleeping. He was able to slay him at that point. Luckily, Braden's wife wasn't home. Poor thing. She didn't even know her husband was infected. We did a follow-up investigation, and it's true that no one recollects seeing Braden out in the daylight. He's only been spotted at night. I'm afraid there's not much more to tell you. So you can see we really don't need any help. But thanks for the offer.
I see, I understand. We just like to get to the bottom of these things at the guild. And Mr. Lyrian, what can you tell me about him?
As far as I know, he was a good man. I never saw this coming. But vampires are masters of deception, so I guess it makes sense.
I suppose so. Right. Well, thank you. I still wouldn't mind having a word with his wife. But, I'll leave you to it.
Feel free to question anyone in town. They shouldn't give you too much trouble.
I appreciate the permission. The guild is grateful. Right.
Excuse me.
Ma'am,
Perhaps you can help me.
I would like to. if you wouldn't mind, a word?
I can't believe this is happening. Please, please, I need your help. My husband was no vampire. It's ridiculous. No one will listen to me.
So you say. Look, I do want to help you.
Forgive me. I loved my husband dearly, and to lose him this way makes no sense. Anything you can do to help would be wonderful. This is all happening so fast.
I'm sure. Please, in your own words, if you could tell me what happened.
I came home only just a few hours ago. I found the door open, and my Braden dead. Standing over him was a Dunmer. I screamed and ran out into the street. Some city watch were nearby and heard me, I suppose, as they arrived quickly. I heard the Dunmer identify himself as Reynold Drayless. He said he was a vampire hunter and that Braden was his mark. The guards seemed to know about Reynold, and after a search of the house, the body of some beggar was found stashed in our basement. The guards sent for Carius, who is an investigator for crimes here in Bruma. In minutes, Reynold convinced Carius that Braden was a vampire.
Strange. I have to say the evidence doesn't look good for Braden.
Well, of course it does. It was obviously planted here. Why would he stash a body in his own house? That's ridiculous. And another thing, the guards are making a big deal out of no one seeing Braden out in the daylight. Well, of course that's the case. He works at night and has to sleep during the day. Why does that make him a vampire? It's all that Reynold character. I don't trust him. The thing that bothers me the most is that I swear I've seen him before.
Oh?
Of course, he says he's never been here. There isn't much more to say. Please, help me clear my husband's name.
I will do what I can. But is there anything else that you can tell me about the Drayless?
I have no idea where he'd be. Just find him and make him tell you the truth. I swear he is a liar.
Right. As I said, I will do what I can. I promise you that much.
I know I sound desperate, but I know I'm right.
Look, I believe you. I believe there is more to this. We just need to seek it. I'm heading down below, just to check things over. The body in question. There isn't much to tell. Blood still fresh, however. Nothing in his pockets. What have we here? The Fief of Virtue. And a spell scroll. Alluring gaze. Interesting. It allows one to cast charm on another. It could be that this man was really a vampire, but I doubt that his wife would be unawares. And how many of the creatures keep spouses? A conversation's needed, I think, Scully. Face-to-face with this Drayless. Right. Back up. Right, I'm all done down there. I'll let you know if we, the guild, discover anything else.
Excuse me.
I hope you a better evening. He has to be staying here somewhere. Cheap or expensive? Let's start with the cheap. Ask questions there. Perhaps Olaf knows more. There's only one way to know. That's to ask. Well, it's certainly busier.
Evening.
Evening.
Well met.
Olaf?
Hello! What can I do for you today?
I was hoping you might be able to tell me about someone that we talked about earlier. Raynal Draelis?
I usually don't give out that kind of information, especially to people I don't know.
Oh, so you do have information then? Very well.
Good journey to you.
And to you. Right. Scully? I think we might have a use for that scroll. Yes. Easy does it.
Hello!
Hello again.
What can I do for you today?
I want to ask you a question, once again, and I hope that you will be more receptive. Raynal Draelis, what can you tell me?
Raynal's staying in the last room down the hall upstairs. Here's the key.
Thank you.
I always liked Braden and Arlene. They were a nice couple. I hope you get to the bottom of this, because I don't believe he was a vampire either.
Right, of course. Thank you for your assistance. Guild business. Don't worry yourselves. Well, that was a rush. That scroll worked well. He just told me everything that I wanted to know. I don't need to be able to talk good. I just need magic. Wonderful. Right. Key works. Let's see now. Well. Not exactly hidden. There's a book. A journal. The 8th day has passed and there's still no sign of the artifact. We've covered most of the remainder of the outer guard tower and scoured the crumbled gatehouse ruins, but not one clue has arisen as to where it may have been buried. It's quiet out here, as if the ruins were paying respect to the alien inhabitants that disappeared here long ago. We haven't encountered anything hostile, but if we do, I think we're ready. The Brotherhood's been in worse scrapes before. Braden paid good money for the information as to our treasure's whereabouts, and I hope it doesn't turn out to be yet another fiasco. This morning our camp was set upon by some bandits who were protecting what they claimed was their territory. Considering that we were outnumbered 3-1, we did very well. Only Raynal suffered a small wound, but that was easily healed by a potion that Braden had thoughtfully brought with him on our expedition. After getting rid of the bandits' corpses, we set out to tackle the largest part of the ruin, the remains of the Great Keep. 2 of the walls of the once mighty structure were collapsed, scattering the telltale whitish rock, typical of alien architecture in this part of Tamriel. This made our assault on the ruin difficult, as many of the larger chunks of the wall were far too heavy for us to move. Braden suggested that we search the center of the building's foundation for any underground entrances, which was typical for this type of keep. His guess paid off. After several hours of backbreaking work, we managed to clear an opening just large enough for us to squeeze through and enter an ancient stairwell leading down into the ground. We decided to wait until the morning's light to begin our descent into the ruin. After a restless sleep, all of us were quite excited at the prospect of what might lay ahead. Eagerly, we dipped our torches in a fresh container of pitch, lit them, and entered the inky blackness of the stairwell. The stale air was choked with dust and fine grit, a sign that no one had entered the portion of the ruin for a very long time. We became excited, as that meant no other tomb robbers had gotten there before us. The stairwell eventually leveled out into a corridor of sorts that sneaked its way north. As we carefully walked along, I scanned the floor and walls very carefully for any type of triggers, tripwires, or pressure plates. Such was my speciality. The Ayleid were known for their cunning traps protecting their tombs, and I wasn't taking any chances. Braddon, the scholar of the Brotherhood, was getting more and more excited as we traversed the passage. He was translating the wall carvings and was becoming certain that we'd finally found the true location of our prize. After walking for several more minutes, we were overjoyed to see what we were hoping to see. The hallway ended at a metal door with the carving of a spider upon it. Now came the true test of Braddon's information. The door supposedly had a puzzle lock. By pulling the spider's legs in a certain combination, it would unlatch. The wrong combination would spell our deaths, perhaps triggering a collapse of the hallway or some other equally deadly trap. With a shaky hand, I pulled the legs one by one, in the order that I had memorized. The 6th one, the 1st one, the 2nd, the 8th, and finally the 1st one again. I closed my eyes, and there were a few loud clicks. Then the door popped open. We all breathed a sigh of relief, pushing open the door. I looked in at a huge room with a pedestal at the center. Sitting on the pedestal, illuminated by a shaft of sunlight from a tiny hole in the ceiling, was our prize. The floor was covered in a huge mosaic of a stylized spider, all 8 of its legs coming to a point and ending up at the door entrance. This was the last of the traps that Ailey had left behind to protect their treasure. Again, if it hadn't been for Braddon's skill at acquiring information, we may never have known how to solve this last line of defense. I instructed Braddon and Raynal to remain at the entrance and to tie a rope around my waist in case of a sudden pitfall. Carefully, I began to walk on the darkened tiles that formed the 3rd leg of the spider. Sweat beaded on my forehead as the pathway made by the tiny pieces of ceramic was very narrow at the start, and one slip, again, meant an instant death. But death never arrived. The information had been correct, and I was able to make it to the pedestal and secure the artifact. Quickly as possible, we made our way back into the daylight. Once again, the Brotherhood was triumphant, and it was time to return home. At the tavern that night, we decided to make a pact. We would stash the artifact in a cave not far from Bruma until we researched it further. An item of its magnitude could be very dangerous if mishandled, and we certainly didn't want to sell it without understanding its true value. Braddon agreed to contract a local cooper to construct a chest with 3 locks. Each of us would hold a key to one of the locks, so no one would have access to the artifact without the others being present. For the rest of the evening, we drank merrily and sang many a song of adventures past and adventures to come. This book belonged to a Galaborn. Perhaps Olaf knows more. Right. I hope you still are helpful. Olaf?
What can I do for you today?
I had another question I hope you can help with. Galaborn. Does the name mean anything to you?
Galaborn? That's odd that you should mention that name. Raynal told me that he was the last vampire he hunted. Yeah, that's right. Somewhere in Skingrad, I believe. He said he tracked Gelborn down and killed him. That's apparently why the guards trust him so readily. They had gotten word from Skingrad's City Watch about Raynal and his so-called accomplishment.
Right. I see. Thank you once again for all your help. I'll be on my way.
Just look for me if you need anything else.
Of course, you have been very helpful. Oh, and there's the key. I'm sure you'll find a use for that room before too long.
Hello.
Well then, that settles it. The guard must know the truth. I can only hope they still linger at the home. All of it, a betrayal for treasure. I'm not surprised. It's a tale as old as time. Betrayal, that is. My lady, I have some news. But a moment.
Hello.
Excuse me.
So, any new revelations in your, investigation?
You could say that, yes. The name Galaborn. Have you heard it before?
How'd you know about that? Too many people don't know how to keep quiet about official matters. Very well. The Skingrad City Watch informed us that Gellerborn was killed by Raynil not too long ago. Gellerborn was a vampire as well, obviously.
Obviously, yes. Except he isn't. I disagree with your hypothesis.
What do you mean you disagree? That's a bold statement. What proof do you have that Gellerborn was not a vampire?
I carry it with me, right here. His very own journal. I think this should spell things out for you.
I don't know what to say. It all makes perfect sense now. Why else would Raynil have removed this journal from the crime scene in Skingrad? I heard no mention of a key either. It must have been removed by Raynil from Braden's body before we arrived. To think that 2 innocent men were killed, and that I'm responsible for one of their deaths, I'm speechless. I will rouse the guard and begin a search for him in the city. Meet me at Olav's Tap and Tack in 1 hour.
An hour? So it is. I don't suppose you overheard.
Do you have any more questions? I'm afraid I know little more.
Your husband is innocent.
I know I sound desperate, but I know I'm right.
You are. You are. And I'm sorry for your loss. The town will know of it. So then, not a hunter of things like me. Just greed. Simple greed. If he's not here, then that cave is waiting for us. An artifact of power that may help us in the fight against our enemy. We're fighting against Oblivion. The word does it justice. In more ways than one.